you guys, considering I got about 6 hours left to go, and there's nothing but road to stare at on this drive. I don't know if any of you guys have ever taken the highway between Timmins and Chapleau or Timmins and Wawa out that way, but if you have, you know there's no service anywhere. So I mean, unless you got all your tunes downloaded, which thankfully I do, you're SOL when it comes to the tunage. But yeah, anyway, it's a long drive, so I figured why not break it up with a little half hour again and see where it goes, I guess. A little bit more comfortable, I guess, talking to you guys today. It's, I don't know, like I said, it's weird talking to myself in front of you, so I'm just gonna kind of talk to you about what my thought process is on this long, boring journey, and we'll see where she goes. My buddy last night made a good point there about how a lot of vloggers, I guess, don't post their first videos and don't really get into vlogging essentially right off the bat. They kind of transition into it after they've already got a following. So he made a good point saying, you know, it's good that you kept your first video, you posted it, and maybe in a year or two when I'm more comfortable doing this, maybe have something to look back on. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Like I said, still a little nervous, but we'll see. I get some weird thoughts sometimes, man. And a lot of the times I'm by myself driving or at work, and I keep a lot of those thoughts in my head. And I don't know, some of them are really bad, some of them are really good. Like, it's just all over the place, and I figure if I'm gonna be thinking it, I might as well be thinking it out loud. And if I'm thinking it out loud, I might as well be entertaining some people, because I mean, what else is there to do in life except for make the people around you hopefully laugh and feel a little better about themselves. I figure we're all in this shithole together, so we might as well be doing something for each other, whether it's directly or indirectly. And I just hope these vlogs have a positive impact on people's lives. I know, like I said, it kind of gets me out of my own head, kind of gets me maybe not necessarily out of my own head, maybe more in my own head, but being able to analyze and describe the thoughts that come up, I guess, rather than having to sit there and let them become invasive thoughts and stir and not get them out. Maybe if I can get them out and just even go back and look at these videos and maybe realize why, or what reasoning, or how I was feeling in the moment when I was talking about this stuff. Like, this is, I want to do a vlog for you guys, and to get out there and maybe make a name for myself in this industry, in this up and coming thing. But a lot of it too, man, has to do, like, for myself. Like, I do a lot of things I do are for myself. I'm very selfish, not necessarily in like, I enjoy helping people out. I enjoy being a positive impact in people's lives, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I'm very selfish as far as the things I choose to do with my time. And a lot of the times, even if it is beneficial to somebody else, which is a fucking bonus, right? I do a lot of things for myself, and I'm not ashamed to say that. I think in your life you should be the most important person. I feel as if I'm the most important person in my life. And if I've had times in my life where I've given that up for somebody else, and I've put somebody else on a pedestal in front of me in my own life, and I feel like that just, it sucks you down into a trap. Because if that person decides to up and leave, which, I mean, everybody has the right to do what they want to do or what they feel to do. I feel like if you put everything into somebody else rather than in yourself, if that person up and leaves, you're left scrounging the pieces that they didn't take. And sometimes that could be far and few. Sometimes that could be weeks on months on years into figuring out who you really are and the person you need to care about the most at the end of the day is you, right? Because I mean, at the end of the day, like people aren't going to be there for you, right? Like nobody's going to show up to your job and do your work for you, or nobody's going to show up to the tax man and pay your bills at the end of the 2 weeks, or at the end of the month, or the end of the year, you know? Like you're in it yourself. You're in this world yourself, and it's a scary thought. It's really intimidating. It keeps me up at night a lot. It's especially lately, like I said, the COVID thing kind of really separated the people who I enjoy spending time with and the people who really are just in it for a brief little bit and then take what they need and leave. And whatever it is, it is. I mean, I can't say. I'm probably somebody's enemy in their story, right? I mean, I feel like we're all somebody else's shitty fucking time. I feel like that's, no matter who you are, or where you are, no matter where you come from, I feel as if you might be the hero in someone's life, and I think we all have someone who admires us in that way. But I also feel like in the process of making that hero, you are somebody's villain. You are somebody's reason why they do things in life differently now. And I'm really starting to learn that I have been that for people. I have in my past when I was going through, and I'm not giving a bullshit, you know, I'm owning up to it. I'm not giving a bullshit excuse or none of that kind of stuff. But I'm owning up to the fact that I can accept I'm not always a good person. I'm not always full of joy or full of love. Like I have my moments, right? And especially when I'm going through shit, I feel as if I lose track of who I am or where I stand. And in those times where I'm really not sure about what I want, where I want to be, or who I want to be, like I feel as if those are the times where some people could get messed in on the wrong side of that, right? Like I said, man, I'm not perfect. I've probably hurt some feelings before, and not the first time, probably won't be the last, right? I mean, no one's perfect, but it's a matter of figuring out what you did, or accept what you did first of all. Because if you can't accept it, then you're never going to change. You're never going to better yourself. You're always going to be stuck in an endless loop of either I don't know, I guess you would be either upset and blaming the world about the things that are happening in your life, or so caught up in yourself thinking there's nothing wrong with your life that you just get stuck in that own head where I'm perfect and fuck everybody else, right? And that's not a good place to be either. Like, it's one thing to have confidence, and it's one thing to look at yourself above everybody else in your own life. I'm not saying I'm above anybody else, but what I'm saying in my life, I am the most important person where it should be. Saying that, we all breathe the same air, we all go through the same shit or similar shit. Some people have it worse than others, some people have it better than others. That's just the life you were given or the life you're making. But I feel as if we're all equal, and I feel as if I'm kind of getting off subject here. Whatever the subject started off, I kind of get rambling on there. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like I'm really starting to figure out now who my true friends are, and who my acquaintances are. They're not necessarily acquaintances, like people I can hang out with from time to time and party with and this and that, but like those aren't the people that are always going to be there if I need somebody, you know what I mean? Like, you always have your inner circle, and then you got kind of layers on after that. So yeah, we're just that's kind of all I have to say about that. That's my thoughts. Like I said, guys, give me some. I know it's the day after I posted my first video, so I don't even think I have any. I don't even think I have any views on that first one. My girlfriend wouldn't subscribe to me, so I got one subscriber in the bag. So we're gonna make it to 100 soon enough, and from there we'll just go up, adding zeros, man. That's all we gotta do. Just like the checks, just like the bank account, man. get one, smash out one goal, and add another. And just keep adding zeros, man. That's all you got to do in life. And eventually you get enough zeros in different places, and you're settled, and you can just live your happy life, man. That's kind of just the goal. Actually, I'll touch on that subject a bit. I'm listening to a lot of I love A Day to Remember and all those kind of pop punk bands, And I just, for some reason, I didn't even clue into that. They came out with a new album. I think it was March or April in 2021, and like I said, I love A Day to Remember. And anyway, they got a song that's what is it? It's just money, and it really it gives me when you get the goosebumps and you really relate emotionally to a song. I feel as if that song really drives in what my mom's been trying to talk to me about. Like I was telling you guys in the last video, I get these spurts where I feel like I'm not good. I feel like I'm not where I need to be, and I'm always trying to better myself, whether it's financial or whether it's emotional. But I find I always come back to, if I'm not feeling like I'm where I need to be, I put in more work. Like right now, I'm going in for 2 shifts of overtime, right? Because I feel as if I'm been slacking lately because of sitting around kind of doing nothing around the house on my days off, just depression and shit like that, right? So like this week I went out and did a job for my dad for Nordex, just a little side thing. Just drove out to down south, blasted the quarry, and then drove back that same day. But so that's a little bit of overtime there. I'm going in for 2 shifts now, and like I said, if my run goes good and I don't beat the piss out of myself or hurt myself this run, hopefully, I think I'll end up staying for another whole week, which will only give me really a week off after the fact. But I get bored 2 weeks at home anyway. Like I love being at home. I love enjoying like my spare time and chilling out with my friends, and like actually just taking a day or two here and there, because I mean, you need it, right? You can't be always go. But like 2 weeks at home, man, for somebody like me, I got too much built up energy, and if I'm not doing anything with that built up energy, it's getting wasted. Like I just laze around and then I feel useless. And so I figure, you know what, man, I used to smash out overtime like you wouldn't believe, man. I was doing like 48 days in a row sometimes at the mine in Kirkland Lake, like when I was working back at home. But so yeah, I've gotten away from that almost a bit, and I think I'm gonna start pumping it out some more, because for me, my biggest thing, man, I don't have an addictive personality, okay? I'll admit this. I'm not addicted to weed, but I love my weed, and I can't see myself ever straying away from weed, like it, no matter what, man, jobs, whatever. Like I will always go home at the end of the day and smoke my weed, because I honestly find it beneficial. I don't take my meds and shit like that. I don't need meds anymore because of what weed can do to me, you know what I mean? It helps me out. But wow, I'm sidetracking. I was going to talk about money, and we're going on to weed now and shit. But anyway, where I was getting at with this was I'm smashing out some overtime because I'm feeling like I'm not financially where I need to be. And when I get in these things where I get my OCD really kicks in when it comes to cash and comes to like benefiting myself. Like I always feel like I'm never good enough for myself, right? Like I strive to be better every day. Every time I wake up in the morning, I'm thankful for my life. Don't get me wrong, I'm very happy and I'm very blessed with the life that I have. But at the same time, I always feel like I need to step it up one step. And like I'm 25 years old right now, right? Like I know I'm young, but at the same time, I know how crazy this life is, and anything can happen at any given time, and how short realistically it is in the grand scheme of things, right? And all I want is to be as successful as I can possibly be before I can't walk no more, right? Or I can't enjoy the things I love to do. The things I love to do, like I said in my previous video, are like the things that physically demanding for me, dirt biking, sledding, like I love that stuff, right? Like that's what drives me. That's what drives me to go out in the middle of the bush and work 6 hours away from home, 2 weeks in, 2 weeks out. Like just the financial cost it costs. And if any of you guys own dirt bikes or sleds, which I'm sure you do, because I mean, if you start searching up the channel, it's Motovation, right? Like, I mean, it kind of speaks for itself. Hopefully most of my viewers are going to be on the side of motos. But if you know anything about dirt bikes, man, they're expensive as shit, dude. Like, it is a whole other expense. Like, it's like a truck payment. Like, you can buy a bike cash, man, and like the cheapest thing you will ever do with the dirt bike is buying the dirt bike itself. Like, all the parts, all the gas, all the oil, everything that encompasses owning a dirt bike and riding a dirt bike, especially the way that I ride my bike, right? I don't like to, like, I ride hard, man. I'm not saying I'm the best in the world. I'm also saying I've come very far from my first dirt bike, and I like to send my shit. I like to hit jumps. I like to be airborne. I enjoy the thrill of feeling like I'm flying, right? So I'm hard on equipment. I'm hard on my bikes and my sleds and all my other toys, but I ride them, right? So I mean, you buy a fucking $20,000 bike, 10 grand, and the track hits 10 grand, and it just sits there and look pretty, and you just ride around the trails. I mean, like, cool, you're keeping it in primo condition for resale if you ever, but like, are you really using it for what it's meant to do? If you wanted to do that, man, like, you'd just get a trail sled or something, right? So I feel as if you're in the side of moto and all this kind of stuff that I enjoy, you understand where I'm coming from when I'm saying it's an expensive hobby. It's very expensive, and it's one thing if you live like down south or in Cali or something like that, and like you could ride your dirt bike all year round, and the only expense you have to pay for is your dirt bike. But like when you ride your dirt bike all summer and then all winter, or like you ride sleds in the winter and dirt bikes in the summer, like, you understand where I'm coming from, and you'll realize, like, there is no, like, it's always, oh, well, my bike's fucked at the end of the year, so I'll buy parts next season, right? I'll buy parts right before I'm about to ride it. And then all winter long, because you're like, oh, I need parts for my sled because I put that off from last year. It's always like, oh, you're catching up on having to do parts, and you're never really caught up. You're always kind of like just continually like breaking shit. So I feel as if, like, I want to get to a point where I'm financially free, where I don't have to worry about breaking my bike or hurting myself, and I can truly ride to what I think I'm capable of riding. Right now I ride, and I'm riding hard, but I'm always in the back of my head like, you need to work, you know, you gotta work in 3 or 4 days there. Like, you can't go bolting underground if you fucking break your leg, bud. Like, you're gonna be on light duty, you're gonna miss out on bonus, like, you're gonna financially hurt, right? Not only physically hurt, financially hurt. But like, I want to be to a point where I don't have to wake up in the morning and have to worry about going into work. Like, if I want to take an odd job here and there, I want to be able to do that, but I want to have a steady income from other sources where I don't have to worry about, oh, I want to go riding with my friends out in BC for the week, you know what I mean? Drive out to fucking, I don't know, like Kelowna or something, go sledding, and if I hurt myself, it's not like I'm gonna fucking, like, I'll just go park it at the house for a bit, chill out, and like, it's not a big deal, right? But now, like, I can't do that right now. I have a house, I have a truck, I've got a sled, I got a dirt bike, like, I got all these toys, right? And like you guys know, man, they come with financial, you gotta keep that, you gotta keep it going, right? So, yeah, just financial stability, man, and I'm always on the grind, trying to find ways of getting to that quicker. And I know it's not healthy, and I know sometimes, like, I'm watching a lot of motivational videos, and people are saying, like, you gotta breathe sometimes, man. And even my family, man, I've been told by my grandmother, after 30 days at work, I'll show up for Christmas dinner, having to go in for night shift 2 hours later after dinner, I'm like looking like a zombie, bro. And my grandma's like, Brock, like, you gotta fucking take a day off, bud. You're gonna kill yourself here. And it's just the grind, man. The grind for having to be successful, having to get to that point where I don't have to grind myself down to the bone in order to enjoy that lifestyle. I feel as if like I'm always on that, but then that gives you that endless loop, man, where you're fucking yourself, because now I'm beating the piss out of my body to get to a point where I don't have to beat the piss out of my body anymore, so I can be financially free. But by the time I get there, I'm gonna have my body beat to piss. You know what I mean? Like it's a continuous loop, and it freaks me out a bit, but it's kind of funny. Like it's interesting, and these are the thoughts that kind of keep me up at night, right? But like I was saying, that the song by Day to Remember there, it's just money. It's only money, pretty sure. Forget exactly the title, but man, that speaks truth. And like, my mom really tries to drive that in me. Every time I hang out with her and every time I see her, she's always like that. Like, I'm always talking about work and I'm always talking about money. My girlfriend will tell me this, my mom will, my dad, everybody in my life will tell me, like, Brock, like, sometimes I just can't relate to you because all you talk about is money and work and like this drive and shit. And like, I feel like they've said it themselves, man. Some of them just can't keep up with it, right? They're satisfied with living the lifestyle they're living, and like, I'm happy that they're happy, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that that's a wrong lifestyle, and I'm not saying mine's any better, and I'm definitely not advocating for the type of grind that I do, because I'm willing to admit now, after getting told again by my mom, and now listening, like I said, this song really and it's funny actually, now as I'm talking about my mom and this song, she messaged me there out on the phone. By the way, I have my phone on the dash, like on beside where my Speedo is, and I'm focused on the road, but I'm talking to you guys out loud, and just so you guys don't think I'm all distracted and shit, I'm actually looking down at the Speedo every time I'm looking down at you guys. You're just, the camera's so close to the Speedo, so I'm just a heads up, I'm not fucking around while I'm driving. But anyway, yeah, I'm starting to learn that, you know, I really need to take some time to breathe, and it's hard to say that I'm learning this when I'm going out for overtime and shit, but like, I'm thinking about it like this: okay, I'm gonna go smash out some overtime, make a bunch of money, maybe only get a week or two, like instead of 2 weeks, maybe only get a week off next run. But after that, I'm gonna go back for another 2 weeks. It's gonna be Christmas and New Year's, and I'm gonna work for Christmas and New Year's. I've worked for Christmas and New Year's, by the way, for the last 6 years. I don't think I've been home for Christmas once. Like, I've been home when I worked from at home, but I was always working. I always work Christmas and New Year's just because it's that fucking money, man. It's like a fucking $1,000 day, if not more, for me on those days. So it's a good check, right? And that, like I said, my obsession, my drive, and it's that song. If you guys get the chance to like look at it, or you're interested, or you like A Day to Remember, and you know what song I'm talking about, leave a comment. You know, let me know what your thoughts are on it. But it really hits home to me, man, because like, I'm gonna get all emotional here. My nan's not doing too good. Like, she won't admit to us, but she smoked her whole life. You know, my papa passed away when I was young, and due to a heart attack, massive heart attack, and a lot of it had to do with drinking and smoking and stuff, right? So obviously wishing I had more time with him, but I'm sitting here saying, you know, I wish I had more time with him. But you know, both my nan and my grandparents on my dad's side, awesome, amazing people. I owe everything to them, but they really they're getting up there. You know, I stopped in to see my grandparents today on the way to work, because it's on the way, and I just never get the chance. I never take the time to actually stop in, and it's really starting to hit to me that, like, you know, these people I look up to and looked up to my whole life, and have been there for me and done everything they could to make sure that I have a good life. These people are getting up there, man, and they're really proud of me. I feel that, and I appreciate it from them. But I just feel like I don't make enough time for them, you know? This whole COVID thing really fucked it up. My grandparents on my dad's side, like I said, amazing people. Catholic, very, very Catholic, very religious, and they're worried. They're scared about this COVID thing, and you know what? Like I said in my video yesterday, I'm not taking away from their scare, man. I believe their scare is a true thing, and I believe that they're having a tough time coping with this and dealing with it. You know, like they're used to going to McDonald's, getting their coffee, chilling with all the other, you know, grandparents and stuff like that, doing like chill shit and going out fishing with their buddies and all this kind of stuff, man. But like, you can't do it no more, right? They're just not. If you don't believe in it, they made it so that you need to believe in it. You need to get vaccinated and believe in it to go get back to your normal life. But then if you do believe in it, they've scared you so much that you can't live your normal life now because you're living in fear, man. And it's sad. And I'm really feeling like, you know, I'm taking this whole COVID thing. I've taken this whole COVID thing really good, and I've been, like I said, working, smashing out overtime, smashing out hours throughout the whole thing, because I can see the need for workers, and I can see they're willing to pay you. You know what I mean? If you're gonna show up, they're gonna pay you, and I'm gonna take advantage of that. But at the same time, I feel as if I haven't taken enough time to spend with the ones that I love, because of this drive for money. And I just want to let everybody know that, like, you know, money comes and goes, man. I've been in some really good places with money. I've been financially pretty well off there for the age that I'm at. I've had the opportunity to make some good money and you know, use that money and create good memories and assets and go out and enjoy the life. But at the same time, man, I've been in some shitty places with money, and right now I don't feel like I'm where I need to be. Hence the reason I'm going out and smashing out overtime and stuff. But like, at the end of the day, man, it's just money, and it's true. It is only money, and money's not worth missing. Money's not worth missing time, and you can't get back time, man. You can always get back money, man. They're printing money every day, like. Every day they're printing money, so it's always there's always gonna be money to obtain if you're willing to obtain it. But you're not always gonna get the chance to make memories, and you're not always gonna get the chance to see the ones and speak to the ones you love and tell them how much you love them. And if I could say anything today out of this, it's coming up on the half hour now. It's crazy how quick actually a half hour goes when you're just talking to yourself. But if anything, you know, tell your loved ones you love them, man. Even if you're going through some shit, even if you haven't been good with them, if you haven't seen them in a while, you know, if there's arguments, disputes and shit. My family's been in disputes with itself before, you know. My mom and my uncle weren't talking for a long time. I don't know. I might get in shit from either one of them. Just a little kick in the ass for even talking about this, man. But like, it affected me, you know, because my uncle works underground. My mom's been through some shit, and you know, you never know. You never know when it could be your last day, man. You never know when that's the last time you're gonna see somebody, or that's the last time you're gonna hear them laugh or smile. And it keeps me up at night a lot of times. I get really emotional and thinking about these things. Like, if I wasn't talking to you guys right now or videotaping this, I'd be thinking this out loud, you know what I mean? Or thinking about this in my head and crying to myself here. Like I said, don't mind me. I get real emotional. You guys are gonna call me a bitch, call me a crybaby, all you want, man. But like, guys cry. Hey, man, guys have feelings too, and especially now, man. November's here, you know. Men's health, shit like that. Sometimes it's looked the other way, and it's put on us to be tough. It's put on us from day one, ever since I can remember, man. Like, you're a guy, you can't cry. You're a guy, you can't talk about how you feel, because if you talk about how you feel, you're weak. And if you're weak, people are gonna eat up on that, right? And they're gonna tear you apart, and they're gonna wreck you. And like I said, man, I got a real tough skin as far as you guys calling me names and shit like that. Like, call me whatever you want, man. Call me a bitch. Call me. I don't fucking care about that shit, right? But I do care about how I feel, and I think a lot of people, you guys are hopefully gonna relate to this, but you know, it's one thing to have tough skin, bro, and it's another thing to really feel. And in order to feel, whether it's good or bad, man, you gotta be okay with the opposite. You gotta be okay with feeling bad if you're willing to feel really good. Like, to have the best moments and the best experiences and the best love and the best times in general, bro. Like, the best times in your life and all the amazing things that come with living. In order to feel these and be able to accept and actually truly appreciate them for what these moments are, you need to be able to appreciate your hard times and your times where you're not so good, and the times where you don't feel like you are where you should be, or the times like you gotta be able to appreciate those hard times, or you gotta even be able to acknowledge that you're going through hard times. I was talking to my buddy last night about it, and yeah, that's kind of where our topic of conversation came down to at the end was, man, like I said, I've been depressed lately, and I didn't realize it until 2 or 3 days laying in bed, laying around the house doing nothing. And that's not me, man. I'm usually out and about doing all my shit. Like, anyone who knows me knows I'm never home. I'm never in one place. I'm always out and about, right? So it's unusual for me to be 2-3 days in, but sitting in the house doing nothing, just curtain shut, you know, keeping to myself. And it took me that long, 2-3 days, to acknowledge, holy fuck, you know, I'm depressed right now. And sure, it's not the end of the world, and it's not the end of me, nowhere near the end of me, but I need to do something now before this gets worse. And whether it's calling a friend, calling a family member, you know, calling someone who loves you, man, getting out of the house, doing something that gets your mind off of the shitty things, bro. Because if you keep stirring about those shitty things after shitty thing after shitty thing, you're inviting that into your life. And right now is a prime example, man. I've been stressing a lot over the last year. And the more I stress and the more I worry and the more I freak out and not sure where I'm going, it's like I'm stressing, but I'm not doing anything productive with that stress. So it just eats away, and it actually just like it tears you apart, right? And like I said, it invites more negativity and more stress into your life. So it took me 3 days, man, but I clued in. Holy fuck, I'm being depressed. Like, I'm depressed right now, so I gotta get out. I called my cousin, you know, he's out of town. Okay, no problem. Like, we'll get together in a couple days. Called my buddies and got out of the house, went and did something. I went and did wood that day. Actually, I went by myself out in the bush because I needed some time with nature to ground myself, to bring myself back to the happy, healthy, normal, semi-normal life that I normally live. Like, it's about acknowledging when times are tough and not stressing about why they're tough or what you're gonna do to get out of that toughness. It's about accepting that it's tough and knowing the things that truly make you happy when you aren't going through a tough time, and then using those things while you're having a tough time to get yourself out of that tough time, you know? And yeah, man, that's pretty much my advice. I mean, I'm nowhere near perfect, like I said about this, but I've been around the block when it comes to mental illness and mental stress and mental health, and yeah, very emotional and in tune with how I'm feeling a lot of the times, right? Maybe it might take a day or 2 or 3 or a week, whatever, but like, you got to be in tune with how you're feeling, and you got to acknowledge and appreciate it for what it is, but accept that sometimes you can't change the things that you can't change. And instead of stressing about those things and worrying about how you're going to change them when you can't change them, go out and do something that you can change, so you can change your mood based on the people that you're around, the things that you are doing, and the environment that you're doing it in. Like, that will change you. And I've been maybe I'm not 100%, but I'm 110% better than how I was feeling after 3 days laying in bed. So it's not necessarily all about being always good. It's about acknowledging when you're not good and figuring out ways to get yourself better. Because when you come out of that dark place, you are better than where you were when you went into that dark place. That dark place is life throwing a test at you. That dark place is life telling you, hey man, you're doing too good right now. Let's test you. Let's see if you're willing to keep this going. You know, let's throw something shitty at you and let's see how you deal with it. And if you come out on top of that, which you should, because everybody has the mental power to get out of that. Every single person, no matter what you're going through in life, there are always going to be better days. There are always going to be better sunshines and better rainbows and all that good stuff. Like, there are going to be better days, man. It's just about acknowledging your bad days and getting through them to the better days. And if you can do that, and I promise you, man, you will come out at the end of those shitty times that much better. Whether it doesn't even have to be necessarily right away, but like, you'll come out of that knowing how to deal with that shitty time, or knowing how to acknowledge when that shitty time is coming around. Maybe next time it won't be 3 days you're laying in bed. Maybe next time after a day you'll realize, holy fuck, I feel like I'm getting there, right? So let's stop it before it starts to like unroll itself, you know? And that's my little bit of advice today. I'm, again, like 7 minutes over my fucking video, so maybe we'll say, I don't know, like it's half hour to a 45-minute vlogs there when I do vlogs, and then like I said, I'll be posting moto clips and stuff pretty soon. I got a lot of like really short clips, so I kind of want to put a little video together with I got a really good buddy there who's just as intense, if not crazier, on sleds than I am. So we've been talking about making a lot more footage lately and doing a sled trip this year, either to BC or Chick-Chalk. We've been talking about going, but I want to get more content together, whether it be sledding, dirt biking, fucking snowboarding. I got a lot of friends who snowboard, and we're all willing to do it. We just never actually like do it, right? So maybe this will be the jump start on it. The boys will see. I know I get my inspiration a lot of times from videos from like Steven, my buddy Steven. His TikTok is Northern Shenanigans. Fucking check it out, man, because he's got all the boys on it doing some crazy shit. Like, Steve-O's always the first person to pull out the camera and always the first person to be editing and taking time out of himself to make footage. And he's my inspiration actually for doing this, so shout out to Steve-O for that. Like I said, my buddy Ginge there gave me a little bump on the ass there last night, gave me a fucking, all right, man, post it up, you know, this is if this is what you want to do, then fucking do it, try it out. So he gave me a little boost there. So, but yeah, my buddy Steve-O is really big into this, so I'm hoping he's gonna be all pumped about this video when he sees it. I know for a fact he's gonna eventually see it. But yeah, just be nice, happy, be yourself, man. Be the best you can be. And if you're being the best you can be, and you're treating people fair, you know, life's gonna help you out. It's gonna guide you where you need to be. But don't force it. Don't force it. Take that from somebody who's been trying to force it for a couple of years. Don't force it, because it's just gonna fucking push back, and you're never gonna win. You're not gonna win. You're gonna end up getting pushed back, and the pushback is you gonna be doing this. Instead of you going forward, you're gonna take a hard left, and you're just gonna keep taking lefts, bro. You're just gonna keep taking lefts until you're tired and sick and fucking puking your guts out, because you're so left corner, and that you're nodding your stomach up based on stress, and you're not getting anywhere. You're going around in circles, essentially, is that. So when life pushes you, man, just kind of like bounce off of it, you know, take it and like groove with it. Use that bounce into another motion. Take that push to life's given you and push your thoughts and your drive and your ambition maybe in another little direction rather than trying to push through it. Maybe use that and energy direct it into somewhere else. That's the best way I can describe it. So if this helps, guys, like I said, leave a comment, man. Let me know. Like I don't know. I think this is gonna help myself more than anything, but maybe it helps you guys. And if that's the case, I'm happy, man. Like I just want good for people. And I've had too much time where I've been pissed off and resentful and hating on the world because of the struggle that I have to get through to get to where I want to be. And I'm tired of fucking being, like, it's exhausting, man, being pissed off and being upset. So you know what? Fuck it. Just smile, you know? If you get the chance, try psychedelics. That is not, I might have to edit that out actually, but that was my cure, man. Magic mushrooms, I swear by it. I tend to dabble sometime with a little bit of acid there just from time to time. Who the fuck cares, you know? I'm productive, a member of society. I show up to work all the time. I don't do drugs at work. I don't do anything at work. Very, for my 2 weeks or whatever time I am at work, I'm very straight and narrow, but who the fuck are you to judge with what I do with my time? So yeah, psychedelics are my way of kind of letting loose, and maybe I'll get into that if you guys are interested, you know. Like I said, very open to conversation, very open to ideas on what I should and shouldn't talk about. I was talking to my buddy, actually, last time we took a little acid trip, we were thinking about doing a little podcast together, you know, and just maybe midway through our trip fucking talking about our thoughts and feelings and everything that's going on, because we say some real weird shit, man. And I mean, some of it's really good and some of it's really bad, but there's editing, right? You could always take out the bad shit and just kind of stroll along with whatever's appropriate. But I mean, if you guys want to see the bad shit, man, hit me up too, let me know, because I'm an open book, you know. I'm the more people I can talk to, the more people I can associate myself with, the more connections you have in life. And I just figured this is a good way to get those out there and see where it goes. So let me know. I got a couple weeks at work, but when I get home, I definitely will be either taking mushrooms or doing some mushrooms. So yeah, maybe I'll keep you guys posted with a little video and see how that goes. Let me know. Maybe I'll post another video while I'm at work after shift and just give you guys, like, look, you see me right now, all full of energy, all not too many bags under the skin. I had a pretty easy run off. I didn't do too much. Tried to save some money. Didn't really go out or drink or nothing like that. So I'm feeling pretty healthy, you know, right now. I'm drinking my water, doing my thing. But maybe I'll take a halfway through the run video. Maybe I'll take an end of the run, and then maybe I'll take a video at the end, like after, if I do decide to do overtime. You guys can kind of just see what the fuck it does, because I can physically tell, like, when I'm coming home from work and when I'm going to work. It's like a day and night. 2 different personalities, 2 different looks. Like, it really beats the shit out of you. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted with my life, and we'll go from there. Chat later, ladies and gents. Take care, be nice, and